Now, an event that's coming up, y'all, that won't likely have any dogs. In fact, we can confirm that here soon. Is the Lager and Friends Festival here in or not here in Wisconsin, but out in Milwaukee, where we will be on Saturday. We are just days away from one of the premier events in the craft beer calendar. It's the eighth annual Lager and Friends kicking off Saturday in Milwaukee from 12 to 4. To give us the insight on the massive lineup, a highly anticipated collaboration return, and some major. Well, I don't know if it's breaking news, but it's major news. It's major news within the Gathering Place family and the landscape of beverages in Milwaukee. So we are joined remotely tonight by the founder and the owner of Gathering Place Brewing Company, and that is our friend Joe Yato. Hi, Joe. How are you?
Hey, Greg. Good to see you.
What's going on? You're busy, busy, busy. This Saturday marks the eighth annual Lager and Friends. It's the second consecutive year. It's happening right at the River West Tap Room and Beer Garden. For anyone grabbing any last minute tickets, walk us through what the spot gets them this weekend. I hear there's a massive lineup of over 50 lagers, custom glassware, free brats, pretzels. I mean, it's going to be the whole thing, right?
Yeah, it's something that we look forward to every year. The festival is now in its 8th year. This is very much a labor of love, showcasing all the wonderful styles and flavors that are lagers. And we have 22 breweries from around the Midwest and a number from Europe who are pouring their beers. So it's a great time. Tickets are available. Tickets start at $40. So it is an affordable beer festival. It's also one where you can realistically try almost all of the beers there. It's a more intimate type of festival where you can have a conversation with the brewing team, the people behind the beers that you're drinking. And that's exactly the way that we designed it and we like it.
Yeah, you want to talk about some of the ones, for someone who's very familiar with the Lager Fest. Talk about some of the new breweries that we have here this year.
We have, yeah. So we always try to have a few returners and then mix it up so new breweries can attend. There are 4 new breweries this year. Out of Madison, we have Full Mile Beer Company and Kitchen. From Milwaukee, we have Ope Brewing in West Dallas. We have Indeed, which is based in Minneapolis and in Milwaukee. And then from Appleton, we have Vault 202, which is pretty young, but also took home some hardware at the World Beer Cup for their lagers. So we are very excited to have them join us.
Y'all, people who follow Badger Beer Report should know who Vault 202 is, or they haven't been following us. But if they have been, anyway. So, Joe, looking back when you first started Lager Friends, the craft beer landscape looked incredibly different. IPAs were driving the hype. Crisp lagers didn't always get any spotlight back then. From an owner's perspective, how have you seen consumer appreciation for lagers shift over the last 8 years? And how's the festival grown to reflect that? Or has the festival grown to reflect that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, the reason we started Lager and Friends was to showcase the wide range of flavors and styles that fall within lagers. Like you said, when we first thought of it and started planning in 2018, everything in the beer media was about New England IPAs. And so we wanted to bring together like-minded brewers and really give people a chance to explore these styles. The festival has grown. It's grown every year. We like to keep it small. So the festival is around about 275 to 300 people. It's more manageable in that regard. But then we can also provide for our guests, like you said, the tickets do include brats and sausages donated by Oozingers, pretzels donated by Milwaukee Pretzel Company, and we can have tables and seating for just about everybody who's there.
Yeah, and that's key. Not only is it $40, y'all, And not only, you get some sustenance there, so a lot of that's included in the price, y'all. Brats and come on, pretzels, like that'll at least keep you to till you get to dinner. And really quick, before I get to my next question, I wasn't planning the questions, but like talk about that, talk about only doing from 12 to 4. We see a lot of these festivals going from like 2 to 9 and like 12 to 7, and it's just like wow. And it's not just lagers, which generally are the low ABVs. These are, you know what I mean, like big barley wines and all that stuff like that. So let talk to keeping it from a 4-hour window in that afternoon area.
Yeah, we like an afternoon festival because it doesn't take up your whole day. You can try just about everything. We do have some strong beers. Lakefront is bringing a bourbon barrel aged honey bock, so I'm very excited to try that. But you're right. A lot of these beers are a little more sessionable, so you can pace yourself. But it's also we designed the festival to be easy on our brewer friends. So sometimes we go to festivals, and there are many great festivals, but they turn on the brewer side of things. They turn into like a 7, 8, 9, 10-hour commitment, and they're fun, but they're also exhausting. So we designed this festival with the brewers in mind. We don't ask them to bring jockey boxes. We supply the draft beer infrastructure. All they have to do is get the beer there, and we'll take care of the rest. So I think from a guest standpoint, maybe they won't notice those things, but the brewers definitely do. And it's one of the reasons why we have so many people who want to come back year over year.
Amen. And we at Badger Beer Report are incredibly excited again to be teaming up with you guys today. We're calling Dachsbier 2.0. And we did a small single batch of this Vienna lager last year, and the crowd crushed it. We got really good reviews on it. I don't care about y'all on Tapped, y'all. So this, for the people who might look at the amber copper color, think that it's heavy. This style is actually a beautiful paradox. It features a rich toasted bread and biscuit malt profile, but finishes remarkably crisp, clean, and crushable. From a brand and a market point of view, what made you say yes to bringing this style back for round 2? And what makes it the ultimate festival pour, my opinion?
Yeah.
Spring afternoon.
Well, just to give people a little more context, Dach, D-A-C-H, is the German word for badger. So a lot of people know Dachshund, a badger hunting dog. So this is Dachsbier. And it was super fun to work with you guys last year and put together this recipe, and it went over so well. We also poured it at Great Taste in Madison, and it crushed it there. So we were excited to bring it back again. So it is a 5.4% Vienna lager, has a nice little bit of toasted malt flavor, a little bit of honey malt. It's very light and crisp, light on the palate, and crisp with just a touch of color to it. And weather's looking great for this Saturday, and it's going to be perfect Vienna lager drinking weather.
And it was great last year. We've had mixed results over the 8 years of lager.
Yes.
So we're gonna keep our hands embraced, but it looks good. So that's great. So aside of the massive festival prep, Gathering Place always seems to keep y'allselves in the news. That's one of the things that's fun about not only being a partner of y'all's and seeing y'all's growth, but it's also a fun part to see the different things that craft beer, how craft businesses are moving. And you recently made some waves in the industry by acquiring Odessa Sangria, marking the third major brand acquisition alongside Stockhouse a while ago, so we could get the Tosa tap room going, and Sahala, which is on and on top of your Blossom beverages line, which is came from what I know, Gathering Place. It wasn't an outside acquisition. As you transition further into a dynamic multi-beverage company, how does bringing premium canned sangria line into the fold expand your footprint? And what does it signal for long-term growth strategy as far as the Gathering Place family?
Yeah, it's a good question. So we were approached by some folks we know who started the Odyssey Sangria brand back in 2021. They were looking for a co-packer in Milwaukee to make the beer for them. And as we had more and more conversations, the talk turned from "Can you make this for me?" to actually, I think Gathering Place would be great to help this brand grow. So we acquired the brand from the original founders. For those in Milwaukee, the founders are the people who started the Lost Whale cocktail bar in the Bayview neighborhood. So very good flavors on the sangria. They are gluten-free, they are low calorie, low in sugar, and really, really flavorful. So we have 3 year-round sangrias. It's a spiced peach red. We have a strawberry kiwi rosé, and then an orange fig white. So they are a little elevated flavor-wise from the budget sangria I drank in college. And they are single-serve cans. They are about 8.5 ounces in a can, and they are each 8.5% alcohol. So this is an existing brand with existing distribution statewide. So we're excited to give it the production capacity that it needs to grow. And we're excited to branch into a different set of customers who might not be traditional beer drinkers. But we've been serving these in our 3 tap rooms over the last couple months, and we see our beer drinkers going for them, trying them, and we're moving through them pretty good. So we're excited about it. Like you said, the industry is changing rapidly, and we are just trying to evolve to continue to be a part of a dynamic industry.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it, but you also are saying it by your business moves that I think you could feel the people coming in for beer are sometimes maybe they want a beer, but maybe they want something else too. And maybe there's a day, or maybe they want a beer and then they want to take home your THC products, or they want to take home the sangria. Like the options here are what people. So the same craft beer people who came to Gathering Place 6 years ago because y'all had 8 different styles of beer are fatiguing, Joe, and not maybe fatiguing, but like there's still those same people looking for different tastes. It's just outside of the beer realm. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's a good question. I don't know if it's fatiguing. I think about my own habits. I love beer, but if I go out to a restaurant, it's fun to have a cocktail before dinner. So we want to meet people where they're at. We're also seeing, when the state law changed about 1.5 years ago and we started serving wine and cocktails, we started to see the beer drinker come in, our regulars, but there was a friend with them, or there was a spouse or partner with them who was not a beer drinker, because now we could offer those people something that we couldn't in the past. So beer is and always will be the foundation for Gathering Place, but it's more about being in a hospitality mindset of how can we provide the best experience to the people walking through the door.
Amen. And so our one last question on this, and it was about, oh my goodness, it's slipping me. It was about diversity basically, and and NA is involved in this too, right?
No, we have not done an NA product. We don't have the technology. We don't feel like we could do an NA product with the quality standards that we would want with the equipment that we have.
Y'all still have it available? Y'all have some available? Like you have an option for that?
Yes, yeah. We serve other people's NA products.
Okay.
But because it's doesn't have alcohol as a preservative, and we don't pasteurize our beer, NA beers can get a little tricky with spoilage. So we will serve NA beer made from other people, but we're not crossing that bridge yet.
Yeah, I remember my question now. And is Gathering Place is Gathering Place we'll stick with Gathering Place because we got a solid. Is that a traditional brew pub? Meaning, are you serving alcohol and wine?
From a
I'm sorry.
license,
Yeah, I'm sorry, like liquor and wine. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. You serve it.
we do serve wine and liquor, although our license is as a brewery. And now with producing Odyssey, we have a federal and state winery licenses. So there was a change in state law about a year and a half ago, and that basically made the brew pub license. It made it kind of moot. So we serve some snack foods, but we don't have a full kitchen. That is not our focus. Ours is on the beverages and creating great spaces.
All right, Joe. Well, incredible insight on the new acquisition. Massive congratulations on the 8th year of Lager and Friends and the continued growth as it appears of the brand. It's a struggle out there. So thank you so much for taking the time to join us remotely. And if there's anything that you think we missed about Lager and Friends, outside of we'll see you on Saturday, please let us know and we'll let you go to this evening, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Looking forward to it, Greg. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Joe. You have a great one. We'll see you on Saturday, and we will see all of y'all. Thank you, everyone, for everyone watching at home. Lager and Friends kicks off this Saturday, right at Gathering Place, River West Tap Room and Beer Garden. If you haven't secured your tickets yet, do not wait. The link is the link will be in the bio. The link is on gatheringplace.com. There's a QR code up there for those who are watching us. Obviously, if you're watching on your phone, you can't use the QR code. Got it. But you do have that link down there, which you can't click on, but it's gatheringplace.com. We will get to the grounds this Saturday. Make sure to stop by the Badger Beer Report booth. Grab some of our loving and our hugging and our our conversation. We will have QR codes there so you can tap into what we're doing, follow us, like us, and take a pour, grab a pour of our exclusive collaboration beer, Dachsbier, but we call it Dachsbier 2.0 because it's the second edition. So we are very, very happy and proud of that, and we will see y'all out there on Saturday.